Welcome back to Not Girls with Lorren and Bri. This is episode 5.
Is it?
4. 4. Episode 4.
This is 4.
And this episode, we picked some of the guys' brains.
We did.
Around the office.
We did.
So this is kind of the inside of a guy's brain.
We asked some of the guys around the office what they think are some red flags in women. Mm-hmm. And so we wrote them down. We're going to talk about them, and then we're going to give our opinion on them, if we agree or disagree with them. And then we also have some red flags from our perspective of men, and then kind of a mix of both of them.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then also we will be positive.
Yeah.
And talk about the green flags.
So we have some green flags. We did also post on our Not Girls story on Instagram, and we got a ton of responses of our followers posting their red flags and green flags. So we'll also be sharing some of those too. So we're excited.
Yeah.
I think this is going to be a really good episode.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Might be a little bit borderline controversy, but we'll see.
Okay, so should we just start off with the men's red flags for women?
Yep. So these are the guys here at MMG. A few of them mutually came to a decision on some red flags that they think they see. If they see these qualities or characteristics in women, they think it's a red flag.
Yes.
Okay.
So the first one is still friends with their exes. Yeah, that's fucking weird.
Yeah. So this was Darby. Darby was all over on this one. And then we started asking him questions. We were like, okay, how late on do they have to be exes? So like, think about like your freshman year of high school. If you're 30 years old and you still like have communication or like on the friend level of your freshman year of high school boyfriend or girlfriend, like, does that still count?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. I think it has to be like
you changed
quote
so
unquote
much.
A serious relationship.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, it would have had to been a serious, not just like, oh, we got in a relationship and realized we're more friends than like.
But there's definitely like a lot of things that come up with that one because it's like, why are you still in communication with this ex? Like, considering them a friend, it's like, why do you feel that you need to have that person as a friend?
Yeah, the only thing I can think of is like, this is sad to say, but like if they got sick and like they couldn't handle a relationship, then yeah.
Who?
Like if your significant other got sick.
Oh.
Like an illness and they had to focus on that.
Yeah.
Then you can still be friends with them.
Still be friends with them. Okay. I feel like that's a very rare occurrence.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's weird. And then we also followed it up with that question to Darby. We were like, okay, what about still being friends with your ex's family? Like being friends with your ex's mom or grandma? What if you're still close with them?
I think it's different for women.
Yeah.
Because I think like you can really have a relationship with their sister or mom.
Yeah.
But like men, I think that's just, it's like they're trying to just get into your life.
Yeah. The reason I asked that part to that question is because like I have and granted, this is like one of those, like we dated early high school. And I stay in communication with his mom just because like she was almost like another mom to me at that time. But it's like, if you're in that situation, like you have to have open communication with your current significant other on like not trying to hide anything, just being like, here's what it is. This is what the situation is.
And I think too, if it's like a healthy friendship with their ex or whatever, the new significant other needs to be involved in that relationship and like hang out and like make sure, you know.
Yeah.
It's just weird though.
It is a weird one. It's definitely, I guess, to put it all together and end it, it just needs to be, everyone in this situation needs to be on the same page.
Yeah.
Like,
and most of the time that's not the case.
That's not the case. Usually there's a little bit more than friends, or they are hiding something from their current significant other. And that's where it turns into a huge red flag and gets very sticky. So if you're in this situation, just make sure everyone is on the same page.
Yeah.
Like if this is truly an ex who is just a friend, so be it. But
I think if I met a guy and started talking to him and he was like, hey, by the way, I'm still friends with my ex, I probably would take some
Be
steps
like,
back.
absolutely not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like coming in.
Would you ask any
new.
questions first though?
Yeah. I
Be
think
like,
so.
how long has it been since you guys dated?
Yeah.
How long did you date?
But like hearing that, I'd be like,
Yeah.
the fuck?
Yeah. I feel like you definitely would have to ask questions.
Oh, yeah,
You'd
for
have
sure.
to, yeah, definitely some stipulations on that one.
All right, moving on.
Next one. This was Alex's, and Alex said, huge red flag if the girl that he is talking to is disrespectful to her parents or service workers. And I would definitely agree with this.
Yeah.
1,000%.
And it's crazy too, because I feel like they manipulate the situation and is like, well, my parents are just pieces of shit. And, you know, and then it makes you kind of had that mindset too. Yeah. Which is just not healthy.
I mean, I think it's a turnoff no matter what, if anyone is rude to service workers.
Yeah.
Male or female. So I definitely agree with this one. And I know we'll talk about this later on, but like a huge red flag for me, this kind of goes off of this situation, is if a guy is disrespectful to his mom. Like, if he can't treat the woman that brought him into this fucking world right, then I'm like, absolutely not.
Yeah.
So going off of that, but
For
that
sure.
one is a two-way street too. Like the girl should respect her parents and the guy should respect his parents also.
Well, and it's like with service workers, that shows kind of their true colors a lot too. Because it's like you're going to treat a random person like that.
Yeah. When 99% of the time, like, service workers are getting yelled at and having angry customers about stuff that is out of their hands. Like, if your food is wrong, you don't attack your waitress for it. Like,
go in the kitchen and fucking rip the cook's ass.
Okay. Next one.
Expecting the man to pay. No appreciation.
I definitely agree with this one.
Yeah.
Like, especially if, like 99% of the time, the guy is going to pay no matter what, especially if you guys are early on dating. But the fact that you are assuming that he's automatically going to pay is where the problem is.
Yeah.
Like, if I'm on a date with a guy and he like grabs the bill, but then I'm like, oh no, I'll pay for it. And he's like, no, I got it. And it's like, at least I made the move to try and pay for it. I didn't just expect him to.
Always grab the purse, ladies. Always
There
grab
you go.
the purse.
Grab
when
the
the check
purse.
comes out, grab the purse. But then just smile.
I do also feel like if you are further along into your relationship, if the female makes the move, if it was the female's idea to be like, hey, we should go out Friday night. If you guys have been dating for like 4 or 5 months, like, and the female initiates the date, then she should be obligated to pay.
Yeah, that's a good way to balance it out.
Yeah.
Because I feel like some people they just get so lost in like time and just get used to the man paying.
Yeah.
Which isn't right. I can feel like that hurts some men's feelings.
Absolutely. It's just like, and definitely showing appreciation when it does happen.
Yeah.
Like, and then not like taking advantage or abusing it in any way. So I agree with that one.
I'm trying to think of like specific things that a man like should pay for. I don't know.
I feel like if you're at like a nice sit down dinner date, maybe, but if you're just like going out for ice cream, like that could very much well be the girl pay for it.
Yeah.
As opposed to the guy.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
Yeah. Also, men get like kind of embarrassed sometimes when the girl pays.
Right.
It's funny.
Okay. Next one. Your friends and family don't like her.
I feel like this is one of the first red flags you will be able to see when you're first talking to someone.
And I feel like this one's kind of hard because it could just be surface level that the friends and family don't like her. And I get that you want to have your opinion on someone right at the beginning, but maybe she's completely different when you get to know her.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is kind of weird. But I mean, if you are genuinely someone who trusts what your friends and family have to say, and you think that your friends and family have a gut intuition about this person, then maybe there's something that you're not seeing. Maybe you're blindsided by something from being like love struck in the relationship. So
yeah, it's kind of like it's hard because when they first meet, it's scary and it might not be the best impression.
Yeah.
But it's like, it's kind of, you kind of have to gamble and kind of tell your family like more about them on personal levels, and then maybe they're open and like will actually see that.
Because I feel like if it was a situation where it was the first time that your friends and family were meeting this person and they instantly get an opinion about them, my response would be like, give them another chance. Like, be around them like 2 to 3 more times, and then I feel like you can have a proper opinion about that person.
I think with friends, like girlfriends, though, they kind of go off how they treat you.
Yeah.
Rather than like their opinion.
Yeah.
Like they could not meet the dude and be like, I don't like how he treats you.
Right.
Because of our bitching.
Yep. Okay, next one.
She has no work ethic.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's
for anyone.
I have no argument towards this one.
Yeah.
It's just, I think this also comes down to just having like different lifestyles. If you know that if you are a workaholic and you have a lot of drive and determination, you're not going to be able to fall in love with someone that doesn't have those qualities.
Yeah.
Maybe not to the level of you, but you can't change someone. Like, no matter how hard you try, you can't change someone to turn them or morph them into someone that you want them to be. That's not how it works.
I feel like a lot of younger women, like, they don't really look for work. They'd rather just get a sugar daddy and then find someone to marry them.
Right.
So, yeah, I feel like that's a very common red flag that men see sometimes.
I agree. Okay. What's next? Oh, yeah. Next one. Cheating on their last partner to get with you.
Yeah, that's not okay.
This, like, is almost like a double red flag, like a red flag on both sides. Because, like, so if this is a guy starting to date a girl and that girl just cheated on her ex-boyfriend to get with you, this is a red flag from the female perspective because she was able to be in a relationship with this guy, cheat on him, and then move into another relationship instantly.
Yeah.
But I think it's also a red flag on the guy side that you're willing to continue a relationship with someone that just cheated on someone. Yeah. Like, what do you think she's going to do to you?
Cheat. Yeah.
Exactly. But this also goes...
Most fucking probably 99% of the time, if they cheat on you to get in a relationship with you, they're going to cheat on you.
100%. And also it's like, this is if roles are reversed too. If a girl starts dating a guy and that guy just cheated on his ex-girlfriend to get with you, it's the same thing. Like, you think that guy is not going to cheat on you again? He just cheated on his girlfriend.
I think there's a lot of overlap that's not talked about. So, like, if they break up and then months later they meet you, but, like, during those single months, they probably were still hooking up with their ex.
Oh, absolutely. Like, it wasn't just a
done like
and
they're
dusted.
Probably still hooking up, and then you come into the picture. Yeah. But, like, is that cheating? I think it's like I don't know.
I think if they both were on the same page as it just being like a hookup or like being fuck buddies, I don't think it's cheating. It's when emotions get in the picture. Yeah. When, like, if someone goes through their single phase and they're just fucking around and they just want to go through their 3-month, like, hookup stage, that's totally fine, to each their own. But I think when you do finally move into that stable, serious relationship, like, boundaries definitely have to be put in place. Yeah. I couldn't do it, but I mean, I know that there's situations like that's probably going to happen.
Yeah. It's just crazy. I don't know.
Okay.
Once a cheater, always a cheater.
Exactly.
It's always a cycle.
All right. Okay. Next one.
Guys' sweatshirts in the girls' closet. See, I've never heard that red flag.
So I remember this being a thing in, like, middle school.
Really?
Like, where I went to middle school, it was like the thing to, like, get your boyfriend's sweatshirt when you dated. And I definitely hung on to a few sweatshirts, like, moving into high school. But I definitely don't have any of those sweatshirts anymore.
See, I only keep them because they're comfy.
Right.
Like, I have a shit ton, I'm pretty sure.
From ex-boyfriends?
Yeah.
Okay.
But they're just comfy, good sweatshirts, so I'm not going to get rid of them.
I think it's
like, I don't think it's a deep level. for me.
I think it's also too, like, if you have a serious boyfriend right now, say you do, you're not gonna
that's different.
You're not gonna put this sweatshirt on and be like, this was Chad's sweatshirt.
That's very true.
Like,
once I get in a relationship, I'll probably toss those. But
even if you don't toss them, it's not like every time you put a new one on and you're
showing
like,
it off.
this is Jason's, this is Chad's. Like, you're not doing that.
No, that reminded me. So I heard this story, and I guess in my sorority, it was like before I came, we had meetings on Sunday.
Yeah.
They would wear the guys' T-shirts that they hooked up with that weekend to sorority meeting.
Okay.
So they would let the girls know who they hooked up with.
Oh my god.
Isn't that wild?
Oh my gosh.
Crazy.
The guys were never like, give me my fucking shirt back.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
There definitely were,
I never did that. I would never give back though.
There definitely were a few middle school boyfriends that I had that requested to have their sweatshirt
really?
back after I broke up with it. Or they broke up with me, yeah.
I never
was like,
had
I
someone
want
be
my
like,
sweatshirt back. And I was like,
fine.
okay.
Funny.
Okay. Next one. You were mad, but then they flip it on something you did. Okay. You were mad, but then they flip it on something that you did.
So like, they're mad. My type sucks. They're mad.
Okay.
So I'm a guy.
Okay.
My girlfriend's mad at me, and then I say, hey, I'm mad at you, and they go, oh, well, you did this, and then just flip it on them.
Gotcha. Bringing up old past shit.
Yeah.
So here's my thing on that. If you have an argument, you have a fight, you have a cheating situation in your relationship, do I think that couples can move on from those types of things? Absolutely. But it has to be a mutual agreement that you completely forgive and you completely forget.
Yeah.
You cannot use...
And move on.
You have to move on from it. You cannot use those situations as...
leverage
or in any sort of malicious way going forward in your relationship. If you guys go 6 months without bringing it up and then you get in an argument again and someone brings up something from the past, like, it's never going to fucking work.
Well, and it's like that person who brought up the past probably hasn't, like, been okay with it. Like, hasn't
fully
gotten,
like, over it.
Yeah, fully hasn't
months.
gotten over
like,
it. So it's like, maybe next time you guys need to be like, hey, let's talk this out so we don't have the conversation again.
Yeah. No, I completely agree. Okay, one more for the men's red flags towards girls. This was actually Ricky that said this, and I think it's funny. Ricky said a red flag that he would see is keeping tabs on you. And I think I would agree with this. Like, there's so many times where Ricky's out, like, at a bachelor party, or he's on a guy's weekend. And I have no idea what he's doing the whole weekend. I think if you have trust in your relationship, and then you shouldn't have the issues of being like, what are you doing? Where are you at?
Yeah.
Who are you with?
Yeah.
What time did you go to bed last night? How late did you stay out? Like, that's just psychotic to me.
Yeah. No, that's not okay.
Yeah.
It's like, if anything, I'm just asking for, like, my own, like, I'm just curious.
Oh, yeah. Like, one, I'm already a terrible texter to begin with. So Ricky and I will go, if we're away from each other on a weekend, like, we'll go all day Saturday, all day Sunday without texting each other. But
you guys don't even say goodnight.
I always want to have a phone call before we're going to bed.
Yeah.
So usually, like, as I'm getting into bed, I'll call him. And if he is able to talk, we'll, like, have a little conversation. Like, what'd you do today? Like, how was it? Did you have fun? But then he also, if he's not available to talk, he at least answers the phone and tells me goodnight and I love you.
Yeah.
And that's, like, all I care about.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
I am a very... I definitely believe in going to bed every single night saying I love you, because you never know when it's your last time.
Exactly.
But by no means am I keeping tabs and writing notes of what he's doing.
Well, and also it's like embarrassing on the guy's part.
Yeah, like if you're
on
the
your
dude
phone
on a guy's trip that you're constantly having to check your freaking phone because your girlfriend or your wife are calling or texting you, like, no way.
Yeah, you're getting roasted.
Absolutely. I think that one can also be a roles reverse, like if the guy is always keeping tabs on you.
Yeah.
For sure.
But then, which we'll touch base on this later on, but like, I always feel like the guys accuse you of shit that they're doing.
Oh.
So if they're like, oh, like, I bet you're going to be hanging out with a bunch of guys tonight. It's like, they're probably planning on going out and hanging out with a bunch of girls tonight.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I can't
really?
I can't say I relate to that one.
Really?
But I could see
That's
it.
a thing.
Okay.
So that's it for the men's red flags. But all the guys in the office are wanting to do an episode.
They do. Yes. They were all pretty fired up today when we were talking to them and asking them questions. So I think we're going to constantly continue to throw in a quote unquote men's episode here and there where we get a little bit of a perspective from the guy towards women.
Yeah.
So
do it in fun ways.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. Next part. So this is the list that we came up with what we think red flags in men are.
Yes.
I'm going to let Bri start this off because I cannot relate to the first few over here.
All right. So the major red flag when you walk into a man's house, if they have like flags on their walls.
Okay.
Like, like the Saturdays are for the boys. Yeah, all that shit. And like posters, like just very fratty.
Just like fuckboy
Yeah.
vibes. Okay.
And the biggest one is the Navy comforter. Everyone knows it, except for Lorren, I guess.
So Ricky had a Navy comforter in high school.
Yeah.
But
he was a fuckboy in high school. I don't know. I think it just shows that those men just haven't grown up.
But isn't that one thing, like, at least he has a fucking comforter.
Yeah.
But
the Navy one... The Navy one is just so
my gosh.
Dude, you probably have had that since high school.
Yeah. Okay. This is just hilarious to me. So if all of our listeners out there, if you relate to this, you have to tell us in the comments because I need to make sure that Bri's not the only one struggling with this red flag.
And if you're a guy and have a Navy comforter, change that shit real quick. Change it. I don't know. It's just like one of the signs.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know.
Okay.
Okay. So flags, posters, and Navy comforter.
So what about like you go into his bedroom and it's just a mattress on the floor. He has no
red
box
flag.
spring, no bed frame. That's a red flag.
Yeah.
Too? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or like if they have like bottles on their kitchen.
Empty liquor or beer bottles.
Yeah, empty bottles on top of their kitchen.
Okay.
It's just like kind of like you haven't grown up from the frat house. Okay. Like it's just a typical frat boy.
Yeah.
It's like time to grow up, bud.
Okay. All right. I'm learning so much.
Okay. Another red flag, calls all his exes crazy.
Yes, I completely agree with this.
Bullshit.
Like the fact that in no way, shape, or form is it ever going to be a situation where all of your exes are actually crazy.
Yeah.
Like I feel like you are just using that as an excuse.
Well, and you probably made them crazy.
Right. And it's like if someone were to ask you why are they crazy, if you can't give an answer as to why they're crazy, or you're just kind of like gaslighting them to make them seem like they're crazy, like that's a big no for me.
Like every woman has crazy in them.
Yeah.
You can bring it out but I think it's bullshit how people say, oh, I broke up with her because she's crazy.
It's completely okay to break up with someone and just simply say it just didn't work out. Like we weren't meant for each other. Like what's wrong with that? Like why do you have to jump to just automatically calling him crazy? Mm-hmm. Like being able, I think it would be extremely like attractive if a guy was able to say, this is my ex, like this is what happened, like we just didn't work out, like to have the maturity to say that's what happened as opposed to just automatically saying they're crazy.
Yeah.
Like, that bitch is crazy.
And I hear it all the time and I'm just like, you're a fucking liar. Yeah. Like, what did you do to make her crazy? Yeah. Let's ask you that.
I would rather know that you had a past serious relationship to know that you're capable of having a serious relationship. Yeah. As opposed to you saying, that bitch is crazy. No. Like
that's like the easiest excuse. Yeah. But it's like the easiest excuse for men to use.
Absolutely.
They always say that shit.
Yeah.
Okay. So next one is asshole to mom, which we kind of touched base on this.
Oh, yeah.
It's kind of like that's how you know how he treats like women.
That instantly tells me that you're a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Like if you can't treat the woman that brought you into this fucking world right, no way.
Like how are you going to treat me?
Yeah. And especially if he like shows it in front of you, like that's absolutely not. he could like show it behind closed doors. Like if he's not actively around his mom, but he'll like red button a phone call from her.
Yeah,
or,
that's weird.
Like not text his mom happy birthday or some like even just little things like that. Like that to me is also disrespectful to your mom. And if he can't treat his mom right, what is going to make you think that he's going to treat you right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I think it's also like if he has a sister, like I feel like a lot of times if guys have younger sisters, they tend to be kind of assholes to them. But that's also a red flag to me is if you can't treat your little sister like good, you can't treat me good.
Yeah.
So
any woman in their life.
I think when Ricky and I first started dating, like he has a mom and he has 2 older sisters. And at the time he was already an uncle. Like he became an uncle in like middle school. And so just like seeing how good he was to his mom and how good he was to his sisters and how good he was to his niece, like that was like, attractive.
I wonder if like that can transition to, so let's say a guy's an asshole to their mom and then you get married, have a baby with him. I wonder if he doesn't understand like respecting the mom's side of you raising each other's kid.
Yeah. Or even going even further than that, when your kid gets old enough to start disrespecting the mom, now his wife. Like, I would hope that my husband would allow our kids to, or not allow, would encourage and push our kids to respect me.
Yeah.
Like for an example, like if you have kids with someone and the kids start talking back, like I would hope that the dad would step in and be like,
you don't talk to your mom.
Talk to your mom like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I bet those men don't.
I bet you're right. I bet it carries over.
Yeah. Okay, next one. Can't express emotions. This is a huge thing with men. They can't fucking do it.
Yeah. I think the whole freaking like guys don't cry mentality of like guys don't show emotion, like you're a pussy if you show emotion, like that gives me like the ick. Like,
but then like they blame their bad behavior on being like, oh well, I've held all my emotions in, so it just like snapped and I cheated on you, and it's like, bitch, what like fucking what?
No, yeah, I completely agree. Big old
is that like gaslighting? Because it's like, I didn't feel like I could tell you, so I...
Turning it on you like that?
Yeah.
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 Yeah, no way.
It's like, no, dude, you just couldn't friggin' express your emotions, so you bottled them up and then made bad decisions.
Right.
Okay. Interesting. Next one, doesn't formally introduce you to his friends. He just, like, brings you around.
That's so fucking rude.
Yeah.
Like, if you're not introducing your new girlfriend to your friend group, that instantly just shows me that you don't want them to know who I am.
Exactly. It's like a secret.
Yeah. Like, that's so rude. No. I'd be like, excuse me. Like,
how would you want to get introduced, though, like if you were just in the talking stage?
Even if it's just like, hey, Joe, this is Lorren.
Yeah.
Or just being like, I don't think you have to put a label on it. If you two individually haven't put a label on it, then I don't think you need to say, this is my friend, or I think just say my name. Yeah. Like, say who I am.
Yeah.
I think everyone is mature enough to understand, like, if you bring a girl around, they're probably like talking at least.
Yeah.
But maybe not.
It's fucking weird. Guys are weird.
Guys are weird.
Okay, here we go. Start accusing you for cheating or like checking your phone. Like if a guy starts checking your phone, it's like they're the ones cheating. Like you need to be checking their phones.
Or it's like if you're the guy and we're dating and I like go to grab your phone to like take a photo and they freak out about it. It's like, huh. I need to look at that later tonight. Yeah. But it's like also all you girls out there, the guys out there listening, for anyone to say that they've never looked at a significant other's phone, I don't know if I trust that. Like,
you have to check. It's like, I'm so curious too.
Yeah, and I've done it. Ricky's done it. But it's like where it has to be like, again, a trust situation. Like if your significant other does know your passcode, then I feel like you have nothing to hide. And if you are fucking hiding something, like I know that there's all those fake like apps to hide shit in, which is insane to me. But yeah, again, it's like you should be, if you're serious about this relationship with someone, they should be able to look through your phone. Now, I don't know where that starts. Because like if you just start dating this person, they should not be going through your phone. I don't know where I would like say maybe like a year.
I feel like something has to happen for them to be like, let me check your phone.
Yeah.
And then once you prove to them, then it's like, okay. But what's fucked, like I don't like I've had this happen to me. Like I've had someone get on my phone while I'm passed out, like asleep in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
And then they wake me up and then they find something. And it's like, dude, like,
trying to be sneaky.
Why don't you just bring it up and we can look at it together and figure it out?
Gotcha. Yeah. Like trying to be sneaky about it.
Yeah. Then it's like, let's check your phone. Why are you sneaking around?
Right. Okay.
And I guarantee they're cheating. Girls, I guarantee if they're checking your phone and blaming you for shit, that it's like, oh, you're cheating on me all the time. They're fucking cheating on you.
Check their phone.
Yeah.
Okay, so answer this. At what time in a relationship are you fully comfortable with your boyfriend having full access, full control of your phone?
Probably like a year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or like if you make significant strides in your relationship, like maybe like 9 months to a year.
Yeah.
I think I would agree.
It's whenever you guys are sitting in the car and you guys are changing music.
And like you go to grab his phone to change the song.
And then he'll have to give you his password. And then that's whenever it's like opening the doors. opening the doors to your life.
Okay, that's a good way to do it.
Yeah.
To be like if he's not willing to let you just change the freaking song, then you know something's up.
Yeah.
Okay. That's interesting. Love bombing.
Love bombing.
So are by this are you meaning like just being way over the top? Like
I think so, like with my experience, like saying like, oh my gosh, I really, really like you, but then no actions show that.
Gotcha.
But then when you're with them, they're like, oh, I love you, I miss you. And it's like,
your actions aren't saying that you love me and miss me.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like you're fucking love bombing me. Yeah. Just so you can get in my pants.
Hey,
it works.
It works.
But it's so frustrating because it's like in person you want to believe that.
That's definitely like fucking with a girl's emotions.
Yeah.
It's like telling them what they want to hear, but then not giving them what they want.
Yeah.
Physically or
emotionally.
Yeah.
It's mostly emotionally. You're just saying it, but then not.
Just saying it to fuck with them.
Yeah. And they just string you along with the I love you. Just kidding. I love you.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Holy shit. I am so glad I don't have to date anymore.
Yeah, it sucks.
I feel for you. I feel for all of you guys, all you single women out there. I fucking feel for you.
It's awful.
Okay, next one. You have to, quote unquote, change him.
So, which this is kind of like, I don't know. I always go for fuckboys. And I think it's because I'm like, oh, I can be the woman that can change them.
I'll be the one that changes them.
Yeah. But then I learned real quick, no, you can't.
Yeah.
You can't do that. It's like they have to change. So it's even like with, like, let's say you get with a guy and he's like hardcore partying and drinking and all this stuff. And then you're like, no, you have to quit that and like go to church and stay in with me.
Yeah.
It's like, you can't. Don't do that.
I feel like, and this might be treading on some water right here, but I feel like when you try to change someone religiously, that's when it like instantly become like people just shut down.
Yeah.
Like if you start dating a guy and he does not go to church, he never has went to church, and you just instantly start forcing him to go to church, read the Bible, like do all the things together, like that instantly is going to shut them down and they're going to want nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
No, I completely agree. Like you can't change someone to morph them into being what you want them to be. Mm-hmm. Now, there's certain things that I feel like if you both are on a mutual agreement that you want to better yourself and change those situations, but that has to be like support from both sides.
Yeah, completely agree.
Just automatically changing someone's characteristics or actions to fit what you want doesn't really happen. And
like when you meet someone who's like, oh, I would change this about them. It's like, don't even think about that.
Right.
That's just a red flag. Yeah. Maybe you should. Because it's probably not going to be an easy change, and you probably aren't the person that's going to do it.
Yeah. And trying to force them. I feel like especially guys, like, they want it to be their idea. Mm-hmm. Like, they don't want you to force them to change. Now, if it's their idea to where they came up with it and then I feel like they're more motivated to change, but they're too ego hungry. Yeah. Like, they're not going to allow you to change them because.
But I think a lot of guys
hurt their ego.
Will pretend to change.
Yeah.
For their women.
Like do what you want for a few months and then go revert right back to their old habits. Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure. And then that fucks with the girl because then they get their hopes up and they're like, oh, I'm seeing the changes. I'm seeing the positive changes. Yep. And it's like, back to the original.
Because you can never change them.
No.
Okay.
Doesn't take time serious.
So, I read this one. I'm just so very, like, time sensitive and, like, I have to go by time. But, like, for instance, if you make plans to do something and then they try to, like, pile on other plans on top of your plans and then it just fucks it all up. Like, if they're like, oh, well, I need to go get a drink with the guys first and then I'll meet you there. And it's like, most of the time guys don't look at time. So then they're late and then it's just not. I just think that's a red flag. It's like, take me serious and take our plans serious.
Yeah. No, I completely agree. I'm trying to think, like, if it was like a serious situation where, and I don't know if this really happens on the guy's side, but on the girl side, like if I had plans with a guy and we had a date planned on Thursday night, and then on Thursday afternoon, my best friend calls me and she's in tears because like she just got broken up with, or like her dog died or something, and she wanted me to come over that night. I would hope that my significant other would understand that I am being there for a friend or helping a friend. Yeah. I think something that would like make the blow a little easier from the girl perspective is to reschedule. Be like, I'm so sorry. Like, I have to cancel tonight. Like, I have to go be with my friend. She needs me. I'm always there for her. She's always there for me. But can we do Saturday night?
Yeah. Reschedule it. Yeah. But like, guys just are so bad with time. Yeah. Like, you could be like, Ricky, we have a 5-hour trip. And then like an hour before you guys leave, he's like, oh, I got to go get an oil change real quick.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, I guess it's not really a red flag, but that's just guys in general.
Yeah. Their sense of time is not it.
No.
Yep. No, Ricky and I are the epitome of leaving late from when we said we were going to leave, or like
that bugs the shit out of me.
Last minute. And I'm like, this shit could have been done last night.
Yeah.
Literally.
Okay. Same. I can't even take this serious. Same boring outfits. Okay. I don't like a man that wears fucking white socks, just the same old shorts and a t-shirt.
Okay.
Like, come on.
You want him to have style.
Have some style.
I think this is less of a red flag than it is a preference. Like, you need your man to have style.
Yeah.
Okay.
And, like, read the room and, like, read the event and dress up. Don't just fucking wear the same shit.
This is funny that you say this. I think it's Mark Zuckerberg that has, like, the mentality of he only has, like, 50 of the same shirt and, like, 50 of, like, the same pants. He wears the same thing every single day.
Red flag.
He started doing that.
Oh, gosh.
Like, he wanted to get rid of all of his clothes. And he only wore, like, a solid color black shirt and jeans or shorts.
Did he have a reason why?
Because Mark did it. It was, like, the simplicity of life. Like, the science behind it is like not having to stress yourself out and think about what you're going to wear that morning. Like you already know.
And like enjoy other things.
Yeah. It's like you wake up, you know that you're going to put on a black shirt and a pair of jeans. Like, that's it. Yeah.
That's weird.
It was like,
I would
understood
fucking
where he was coming from, but I was like, can we please get something else in the fucking closet? Like, I'm so tired of the black shirts.
And like when I see, not that specifically, but like when I see same outfits, I'm just like, do you know how to shop?
Yeah. Like, do you need help?
Do you know how to shop?
Okay.
It's weird.
I could see this in a little bit. I can agree with that.
Yeah.
Okay. Never gives random compliments.
I think men are really bad at this sometimes.
I think something that can be lumped in with this is I am a huge believer in knowing and understanding your significant other's love languages.
Yep.
If your love language is what is the talking one?
Words of affirmation.
That's it. Duh. If your love language is words of affirmation, like from a male perspective, like you have to know that your wife or your girlfriend's love language is that. And the way that she feels love is being told that she's beautiful.
Yeah.
Or like, it just, that's how she feels love. So you have to be able to do those things for her to feel loved.
Well, I just feel like it keeps the romance in the relationship too. It's like, because I feel like once you hit like the 2-year, 3-year mark, like you guys just become so comfortable around each other that it's like, I don't.
Yeah. You always have to continue to date your spouse. Like even though Ricky and I have been married over 3 years, we always make it a priority to still feel like we're dating. The best thing we ever did for our relationship was learning and educating ourselves on not only what our love language is, like how I feel love, but also how I give love. So both giving and receiving. But I also educated myself on Ricky's number one love language and what I can do as a wife to help him feel and receive love.
Yeah.
It's a two-way street. And I don't know. I feel like
I don't think a lot of people have they just don't put effort in doing that.
Or they just think it's bullshit. And I'm like, all right, your relationship is automatically going to fail if you think that's bullshit.
Yeah.
So, but that's what I would do.
Yeah.
Is if you want to take your relationship serious, go learn about your love language.
Well, and also, so I don't know if this is true for all women, but it's like, if you're treating your woman nice and saying, oh, you look so beautiful today, all this, you're probably getting laid.
Absolutely.
Like, you understand, like, that turns us on and we're like, oh, yeah, yes. Absolutely. But then if we never hear that, it's like.
I know.
Gotta spice some things up.
100%.
By just saying you look pretty today.
That is always, okay, if I ever have a friend that comes to me and tells me that they're having issues with their significant other, their husband, their boyfriend, the first thing I'm going to ask is, when was the last time you guys had sex?
Yeah.
Like, are you being intimate with each other?
Yeah.
Because if you're just being roommates with someone, it's not going to work.
No.
The second that intimacy leaves a relationship, your relationship is done.
Yeah. And it's hard to even, because like sometimes people do have rough patches. And it's like you have to have that conversation where it's like, hey, we're having a dry spell. We need to figure it out.
And then it also baffles me that sex is such a taboo topic. Like, why is that a weird thing to associate with your relationship?
Yeah.
Like, everyone does it.
Yeah.
It's a normal act of life. Like,
and like it doesn't go outside of the walls. Like they keep it. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, there's been many people that when I ask, like, I'm like, when was the last time you had sex? And they're like, oh my gosh. And I'm like, I'm being fucking for real.
Yeah.
Like, it's that, I could go on and on about like the sex talk. We could have a whole freaking episode.
Should we have a sex episode?
I could go on and on. All right. Next one.
Oh, okay.
This is a Bri one.
Small hands. If you know, you know.
But you have tiny hands, so it's not like you're
on men.
But I'm saying it's like, I feel like even if there's a guy that has small hands, they're still going to be way bigger than yours.
Well, yeah, but like, if they're like, men's hands should be like beefy and like if they're small, like if their wrist goes like this and it doesn't go like that, it just goes like that, then that's a red flag.
Okay. All right. That's another red flag of Bri's that I can't relate
That's
to.
the first thing I look at
on
men is their hands.
Okay.
Tells you a lot.
Alrighty. All right, next one.
Gets mad about girls' nights. Like they're like, why do you need a girls' night? Like you guys are just gonna talk shit and
I mean, girls need to have their girlfriend time too.
Yeah.
Just like, so if you're going to bitch to me about going out for a girls' night, like I get the right to bitch at you when you go golf with your buddies.
So I think, which totally depends on your boyfriend, but I think there's a difference between guys' nights and girls' nights.
Yeah.
Because guys' nights, they're going out to look for men. But then,
guys' nights, they're going out to look for girls.
Going out to look for women.
Yes.
And girls' nights, like, we're just focused on having a good time with our girls and dancing on the floor with the girls. And guys approach us. But it's like, the guys approaching us, they're having a guys' night.
So your ideal girls' night is out at the club?
Yeah, going out to bars.
Or at the bar?
Yeah. It's not my ideal, but, like, a lot of the time.
Like, if I'm having a girls' night, like, I want to be in comfy pajamas, on the couch, watching a movie, eating a girls' dinner.
Yeah.
Like, that's my type of girls' night. But
there's such a difference between you and I.
I know.
Like, let's go get cocktails and hit the bars. But you know what I mean? Like, guys' nights, they're scouting for women. Yeah. And girls' nights, they're having a good time with their girls.
Yeah, I can see that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Next one. I just added this one because it popped in my head as we were talking.
Okay.
Probably the number one deal breaker for me, like in a relationship. This has never happened. Thank God, like Ricky and I have a mutual agreement that this never happens. Okay. But I see it all the time within like people I'm around. And it makes me so mad.
I'm scared. Okay. I'm scared.
Embarrassing you in front of friends. Like absolutely not is this ever okay. Especially, like let me give you a situation.
Okay.
Say we have a group of like 10 people. We're playing a card game. Okay. And Ricky and I are on the same team. I go to do something and I make a bonehead move. Like, I'm like, oh, shit, that was stupid. Yeah. If he looks at me and goes, are you a fucking idiot? Or like, what the fuck were you thinking? Yeah. I am literally going to punch him in the face.
Yeah, that's
like,
not okay.
Purposely embarrassing your significant other in front of everyone? No.
Or even like not taking your side.
Yeah. It's like, you mutually know that if we're in a social setting, like you take my side, you stand up for me. Yeah. You don't call me out. You don't embarrass me. Like that is just like, to me, underlying no matter what. Like that should just be a given in a relationship. But it's not. And I see it all the time.
Well, I think it's very selfish.
So selfish.
Of the person.
And then also, it makes everyone else uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Because I'm like,
it's like,
oh shit, they're fighting.
Yeah.
Like, it's so embarrassing to be at the table with a couple that's fighting. Like, there have been times where I've done something or Ricky's done something that has irritated us. And, like, we both stay quiet. And then we get in the truck to go home. And then we, like, all right.
Yeah.
We're laying
what the fuck was that?
What were you doing? Yes. Then you argue about it.
What if, like, okay, you're hanging out with Ricky and the guys. Mm-hmm. And what if they're all making fun of Ricky? Like, making fun of him, and you chime in. Mm-hmm. How do you feel about that?
I definitely think it would have to do with, like, how serious it was.
Yeah.
Like, if they're genuinely, like, being dicks and, like, saying something,
you could tell it's, like, pissing Ricky off.
Yes. Yeah. I'll for sure, like, stand up and say something. Like, this is not really related to that, but kind of a situation where when Ricky went bald, everyone kept asking me, like, what do you think?
Yeah, how are you?
And I'm like, that's my fucking husband. Yeah. Like, I didn't have a choice.
Yeah. And I love him no matter what.
Yeah, like, I don't give a shit if he has hair on top of his head.
Better than peach fuzz on his head.
Yeah. He has he has a beard.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that was just, I don't feel like people thought it was weird asking me, but I felt so weird of people asking me. Because what if I would have been like, no, I hate it.
Yeah.
Like,
then that's rude.
That's my husband.
Yeah.
And
yeah, that's not okay to say.
Young, like late 20s, he's already kind of self-conscious about losing his hair so young. Like it's kind of a sensitive topic that a lot of people don't realize. And so the fact that people would be like, what do you think about it, Lorren? And I'm like, okay, one, I don't get to have an opinion.
Yeah.
Because he's my husband and I'm going to love him no matter what.
Yeah. Now we have some red flags for both sides.
Yes.
Just a couple.
Yeah.
Calling each other names in front of people, verbal abuse, and physical abuse.
Yeah, absolutely not. I think this is my hot take. I don't know if everyone's going to agree with me or disagree with me.
I think a lot more people agree with you than you think.
I am a firm believer that if you are a female and you are all about gender equality, like if you want to be held on the same level as guys and you're bitching about like, this guy at work makes more money than I do, blah, blah, blah. It's because he's a guy. If you're bitching about gender equality, but then you're in a relationship and you punch your boyfriend in the face or you slap him across the face, I truly believe he has the right to slap or punch you back.
Yeah.
Like, where's the equality there?
Yeah.
You want gender equality when it's convenient for you, but when it's not convenient for you, then it's a problem.
Yeah.
Darby said it best earlier in the office. He said, what did he say?
I don't know.
Equal rights, equal fight.
Yeah,
like,
that's what he said.
He literally said that. I was like, yes.
Equal rights, equal fight.
Do I feel like the majority of guys are going to turn to punching the girl right away? No. But I feel like...
I think it really depends on the abuse that the woman's giving. Because I think, like, we do kind of get our point across, like, not slapping him across the face, but, like, punching his arm.
Right.
Like, being like, quit. But, yeah, if it's, like, she's going full on fighting you, you can.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like, if she's hitting you, punching you, slapping you, choking you, like, you 1,000% should do it right
And
back.
she should expect that.
And it's like, I don't know. I just get so irritated when girls are all about bitching about gender equality or gender roles. But then the second that something like this happens, it's the most absurd thing ever. Like, a guy should not hit a girl. And I'm like, you just fucking hit him.
Yeah.
What do you expect?
Yeah.
Like, if you grew the balls to punch him in the face or slap him in the face, you better have those same fucking pair of balls when he goes to deck or slap you back.
Yeah.
Like, that's my opinion on it. It just drives me nuts. The girls that are constantly hitting. And then I feel like it always gets swept under the rug because if a guy is one that says that he's getting abused, he's automatically labeled as a pussy.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you let your girl hit you, like, you're a puss. Like,
that's so true.
But then the girl, it's totally okay for the girl to be like, I was abused, like that type of thing.
Yeah.
Like, it just gets the term in general.
But then a lot of those girls, too, that say they were abused, they don't tell the full story.
Right, like, were you the one that started the situation? I know, that just gets, it's such a gray
messy.
area. It gets so messy, and I do feel like it ends
It's sad. Like, some are fucking so sad, and, like, absolutely the guy's in the fault. But
I think it just those situations get brushed under the rug a lot, though. It's like,
well, and I feel like guys are scared to be like, no, she started hitting me first.
Yeah.
They're automatically in cuffs and
call her
go
out.
in jail.
Yeah. Okay, we already went over the belittling part.
Okay. Posting on social media.
Hey. I feel like this day and age, this is a very, very weird one. Because not only is it, are you posting your significant other on social media, but when a couple breaks up, the deleting everything from their freaking page.
Yep. I think if you guys are committed to each other, there's at least got to be profile picture, a photo, like something
that significant
to
other.
let other people know you are with someone.
Agreed.
Now, and guys always say, well, I don't post that much. But then I think it's funny because as soon as you guys break up, they start posting.
They post it a little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
I think it comes...
But I think it's bullshit. Because I'm like, okay, you don't want to post... Like,
are you not proud of the significant other? Are you embarrassed
like,
of the significant
just post
other?
pictures of each other and then be like, she's beautiful, caption.
Yeah.
Like, something, I don't know. I feel like you should want to show the world that you're in this beautiful relationship.
I would 1,000% agree with you. I think the excuse of I don't post that much, or I use my profile for just work, or like barf.
Yeah.
No.
Well, and it's like, it's funny too, because most of the time, whenever the man's not posting their significant other, the other person is posting a shit ton.
Overcompensating.
And being like, I'm dating this guy, I'm dating this guy. And it's just like, it's embarrassing.
Mm-hmm. I also think if you are someone who posts regularly and you're not inserting every once in a while, you're not inserting a post with your significant other, like that is not okay.
Like, what do you... They should be part of your daily life.
Exactly.
Like, also, whole fucking, let's put this to bed. The whole, I don't post too much or I don't post a lot. Fucking delete it then.
Yeah.
Delete your fucking account.
What do you need it for? I agree. That's a good point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, you're on it. You're liking people's shit.
Yep.
Why can't you post me?
Mm-hmm. I completely agree.
Red flag.
Agreed. Okay. All right.
Okay. This is both. One person is always making the plans.
Yeah, definitely needs to be a mutual, like, planning date nights. For the longest time, Ricky and I had a plan. Every Thursday night is date night for us, and we would, like, alternate weeks. Like, this week it's my duty to plan something or pay for something or cook, and then next week it's Ricky's responsibility. Mm-hmm. So
I like
think
that.
Just having the mutual agreements that you both are reliable for making plans.
And I don't think a lot of people like realize it in the moment. Like I think years go by and they're like, wait a second, I've been planning everything that we've been doing.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's, I don't know. I feel like guys are just like, I don't plan shit.
Achievement at Christmas. That's always the excuse.
Yeah. Guys and their excuses. And they're so bland that you can't be like you can't be like, you're wrong.
Right.
It's just like, okay.
Oh, man. Okay. All right. Now should we go into some of the ones that we got sent to us?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. So these are some of your guys' responses that you sent them in anonymously. Unfortunately, we don't know who sent them. So going forward, we will continue to do this anonymous way. So if you have something really like a deep, dark secret that you want us to talk about and give our opinion on, you can for sure do it through this.
Maybe we should just always link the anonymous thing.
I agree.
So first one, still attached to mama's tit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's weird. And also I feel like the mom in those situations gets so involved in the relationship.
Yes.
That it's like, are you in love with your son?
No, I completely agree. I think it's one thing to have a good relationship with your mom.
Yeah.
But the whole like still needing your mom's validation or letting your mom make decisions about you and your significant other's relationship or even marriage.
I was going to say it can make your relationship toxic real quick.
Absolutely not. Like, have you been seeing these videos all over TikTok of these couples that are doing gender reveals and the husband,
and the husband's pissed?
Husband going to hug his mom before his pregnant wife.
Yeah, I've seen that.
What?
Yeah, that's nuts.
I would literally be like, what in the hell was that?
Yeah.
Like, no.
Yeah.
That's weird to me. That's super weird to me.
Which I think the mom's part of the problem too.
Oh, yeah. I feel like she's probably secretly a narcissist and she wants to insert herself into the relationship.
Yeah. And control it.
There is a huge line between having a good, stable relationship with your mom and then still being on the tit.
Yeah.
1000%.
Yeah.
If you're still needing mommy's validation or mommy's approval and you're a grown-ass adult.
Yeah.
Red flag for sure.
Mm-hmm.
So whoever sent this, I agree.
So here's a green flag. When he works his ass off to provide for his family.
100%.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I agree. I feel like we see this situation a lot in stay-at-home mom scenarios where the mom stays at home and the dad works. Mm-hmm. I feel like there is a lot of interpretation of that. Thinking
it's like the feminism
yes,
shit.
like thinking that the mom is not doing anything. And it's like, excuse me? Like,
Yeah.
do you want to stay home with these kids all day long?
Yeah, stay-at-home mom's a full-time job.
Yeah. And then also, here's the argument for this too. If you are a stay-at-home mom and your husband is the one that provides for your family, I've seen this before. The argument of it's his money. He gets to do whatever he wants with it. Mm-mm.
Yeah.
No way,
I don't know how, like, what healthy way, like, a stay-at-home mom, and, you know, like, how do they determine that? I've never.
So my sister is a stay-at-home mom,
yeah.
and Trey, her husband, literally works his ass off. He's a phenomenal dad. He's a phenomenal husband, and he is constantly like, babe, go shopping. Or like, buy yourself something off Amazon. Like, he is always encouraging my sister to buy something for herself or go do something for herself.
Yeah.
Like, he will work all day long, work his ass off at work, and then come home. He will take care of the kids in the evening to let her go.
That's awesome.
Do something.
That's awesome.
Like, it's just a respect thing. And like, even though he works his ass off at work every single day, Sunday mornings, he lets my sister sleep in and like he gets up with the kids.
Yeah.
So it's just like, it's got to be a mutual respect to each other.
Yeah.
And you can't be doing the one up like, oh, I'm the one that works. This is my money. I'm going to do what I want with it.
Yeah.
That is not how it works at all.
No.
Like, you're a fucking family.
That would push me away so quick.
Yeah, you're a
I'd
family.
be like, okay, bitch, I'm going to go get a job.
Right. You are a freaking family. One, your kids come, like, you are providing for your family first. And two, if there is any extra at the end of the month, maybe let's go on a fucking family vacation.
Yeah.
Like, let's go do something together.
Yeah.
That's my opinion on it, but.
Yeah. Men, work
good.
your ass off for your family.
What's the next one?
Gaslighting. So we talked about love bombing, so we have to talk about gaslighting. I kind of want to look up the Urban Dictionary
Actual definition of gaslighting. I do feel like the term gaslighting has been something that has been misconstrued and like turned into something that it's not.
Like, I don't think I fully, like, I can be like, oh yeah, that's gaslighting, but I don't know the full thing. Okay. This is long. Okay. A form of intimidation or psychological abuse where false information is presented to the victim, making them doubt their own memory, perception, and quite often their sanity. The classic example of gaslighting is to switch something around on someone that you know they're sure to notice and then deny knowing anything about it. And to explain that they must be imagining things when they challenge these changes. I hate that shit.
Like, that is
like, no, that didn't happen. It's like
psychotic.
Yeah. A more psychological definition of gaslighting is an increasing frequency of systematically withholding factual information from and or providing false information to the victim.
Holy shit. I feel like any form of this needs to just be instantly kicked to the curb.
Well, and also, I don't know, I feel like women see emotional side of things. So, like, let's say, for instance, I saw a girl flirting with my boyfriend. And then I was like, what the hell is that? Like, I just saw her flirting with you. And then be like, no, you're just imagining things. What are you talking about?
Trying to make you seem like the crazy
one.
Like, you're imagining something.
That like, fucking happen. Quit. Like, that didn't happen.
That's a good example. Yeah.
And it's like, no, I saw it. Maybe because you're a man and you don't see it.
Right. Or like, if we're going back to the we're just friends situation, and you see your boyfriend constantly texting this other chick and you confront him about it and you're like, what the fuck's going on? And he's like, we're just friends. Like, you're just making something and it's not. Like, you're in your head. That is so fucked up. No way.
That reminds me of a story. So
tell it.
It's my friend's story.
Okay.
So I can't name drop anything. But so my friend had a boyfriend.
Okay.
And he had a best girlfriend.
Best girlfriend.
And she was fine with it. She's like, whatever. Like, they met, everything. Like, it was fine.
Okay.
She was cool with it. And then she still kind of had a little something in her brain. But one night, she went to a Chiefs game. and there was this girl sitting in front of them, and she saw her boyfriend's Bitmoji, Snapchat Bitmoji. It was like, what the fuck, that girl's Snapchatting my boyfriend. And it was the best girlfriend. Yeah, so they didn't realize, fuck. So my friend didn't realize, and then kind of kept it on the down low, went and checked his phone. There was nudes shared, everything.
Oh my God.
And it's like, that's insane that like you guys just ended up sitting right next to each other.
That's insane.
Isn't that insane?
That is destiny. Like she was meant to know.
I was like, God was showing you that day.
She was meant to know in that situation. Oh my god.
Isn't that nuts? But it's like the whole time that probably was happening the whole time.
The whole time. Mm-hmm.
Sad. Damn.
Okay. Next one.
Okay, so this is long. I'll do the green flags first.
Okay.
Respects your space.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's very valid. Reassures you. I think this goes with the compliments too.
Yeah.
Like you need to reassure, hey, I still love you.
Right. Yeah.
Handles your emotions gently. Mm-hmm. I think that's a hard thing that's hard for men to do.
Absolutely. I also think with women, like based on when it's our time of the month, like we're a little bit more sensitive during parts of the month than others. Yeah. So just having the awareness of, oh, hey, like my chick's it's about her time of the month. I could be a little bit more.
Yeah, be more sweet.
More sweet than
get some flowers.
Normal. Yeah.
Get some chocolate.
Okay.
Lets you be you.
Absolutely.
I think
that goes back to you can't change someone.
Yeah. And also it's like if you're committing to be in this relationship for years and years, you have to realize that person's going to change. And you just have to handle that and let them do their thing.
Yep.
Even if that might end up you single.
I think there has been, I've heard of situations happening where people are like, they are in a relationship and then they break up, like just because they just know that they aren't right for each other. Like there's no hatred towards each other. It's just having the maturity on both sides to both come to the conclusion that, look, our needs and wants and our future plans they don't align. Yeah. And that's totally okay. You may still love that person. Mm-hmm. And you just have to go your separate ways. Yeah. I think that takes a lot of maturity.
But also, it takes maturity and like awareness. Mm-hmm. Like being like, I've outgrown this person. Yep. I need to leave. Yep. Okay, red flag. Criticizes you.
Duh.
Of course. Doesn't respect. Duh.
100%.
Boundaries. Oh, doesn't respect boundaries. That's what it was.
Huge.
Yeah. Hides you.
That goes back to the social media thing.
Yeah, that's hiding you.
Yeah, absolutely. That's so fucked.
Yeah. And also, like, even back to the hiding thing, like, when you're meeting new people, maybe let them know you have a girlfriend.
Right. Right.
Like, that's a big part of your life.
Yeah.
You know? It's weird.
Or, like, if they don't want you to come around family, it's like, why?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, why? Why do you not want me to come to your... If it's still, like, early on, okay. Yeah. But if you have been dating for a few months, like, I hope you fucking invite me to your family Christmas or your family Thanksgiving or...
And I think a lot of that is, like, the person is just... I don't want to say embarrassed of their family. But you know what I mean? But also it's like, you should love them anyways. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Won't communicate. Yep. Isolates you.
Yeah. Couldn't agree more.
Yeah. Isolates you. How would that be like if...
I feel like by this one, it means like they are trying to get you to not hang out with your friends or your family. Like they just want you to yourself and like they are isolating you from your other friends or your other family.
Okay,
your social life. Mm-hmm. That's how I interpret it, but I could be interpreting it way wrong.
No, I like that. Okay, last one. And this is a shout out to Lorren.
Is this my friend?
Yeah.
Okay. I have to tell this story because it is absolutely psychotic.
Okay, really. Let me read the thing and then you tell it. Okay. So my ex wouldn't let me be friends with Lorren. Red fucking flag. AKA she could smell his bullshit from 1,000 miles away.
Literally. Okay, so this is my friend from college. She was dating this guy who was literally like a master manipulator. Like he had her so brainwashed to think that her friendship with me was what the problem. Like
with their relationship.
That was what was causing the problems within their relationship. When he had 2 fucking phones. Like he had one phone that he'd communicate with this, literally like a movie. He had 2 phones, one where he would communicate with my friend and another where he would communicate with another girl. Like literally that's psychotic. Crazy. But he had totally brainwashed her to think that I was the problem. Like they would get in an argument and he'd be like, the reason we're fighting and arguing like this is because you're friends with Lorren. And I was like, what?
And that like,
because I would call him out on his bullshit.
Yeah.
And I would literally be like,
maybe he could just bleep it. Like,
I think he should just beep it. Damn it.
It's hard.
Anyway, I would be like, what the hell are you doing?
Yeah.
Like, he's literally brainwashing you. Like, I think
it's because you were getting in front of the manipulation.
He saw me like butting in and he was like, he's going to ruin our relationship or she's going to ruin our relationship. And I'm like, yeah, I fucking am.
That reminds me of like my ex would get mad if I would discuss like, not like our problems, but like the fights we were having like with my girls. Like he would fucking go in the group chat and read.
What?
And be like, why the fuck did so-and-so say that? Why the fuck did... I'm like, dude, that is my conversation with my girls.
Yeah.
Like, I had to get that shit out so I don't say that shit to you.
Yeah. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But a lot of the men just always blame their friends.
Always.
It's the easy way out.
Yep.
Little bastards.
Okay. All right. Now, should we go on to a few green flags before we wrap this up?
Yes.
Okay.
Green flag number 1, knows how to communicate. Absolutely. This makes things so much easier. Mm-hmm. Like, even if it's like talking stage and you're just like, hey, I'm not feeling it, say that so we can all just fucking move on.
Right. I think also, too, it's understanding how they both effectively communicate. For example, like if you have an argument with your significant other, if you both know that you both need to go take a few minutes to separate for a little bit and then come back to have a good, true conversation about it, 100%. That's how I am. Like if I'm in a heated moment, I'm going to either start crying or I'm going to start yelling.
Yeah.
And I need to just like go my separate ways for a little bit.
Think of my thoughts.
And then come together. And Ricky knows that. We are both the same way. Like we kind of both just shut down and go quiet. And then we come together and we hug it out and we're like.
When do you think you guys realized, like figured out how you guys communicate?
It was well into college because I remember like freshman year, we both were still in that just yelling stage where it becomes.
You can get the point across.
Yes, who yells the loudest, who gets the last word. Like that just is not effective communication at all in a relationship. It is just, you're never gonna find the end of that situation. You need to just like have a responsible, like adult conversation about it. So I would probably say into sophomore, junior year of college when we were like, oh, we both just need to go our separate ways for a little bit and then we're fine. Like,
well, and also it's like whenever you guys do communicate about a situation, you need to put everything out.
Yeah.
Because again, then you're going to have that still stooped up and then you're going to get upset about the little things. Yeah. They're going to be like, what the hell? And it's like, well, it brought back trauma from this situation.
It's just so much better to not leave any gray area. Just lay it all on the table and talk about everything. That way, when that issue is resolved, if you go a day or so and you're like, fuck, I really wish I would have said this. You don't want to bring it back up. Yeah. Because then that's just, like that's not a good plan at all. So definitely effective communication within a relationship.
Sticks up for their significant other.
Absolutely. Yeah. Like so hot.
Given. It's so hot.
So hot. Like, thank you. Even if I look like a complete dumbass and I'm wrong and you stick up for me, love it.
Yeah.
Turn on.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of like I'm trying to think of like a situation where they stick up for you, but then like then you get away from the situation. It's like, hey, like I probably shouldn't have. Right. Yeah, like I probably shouldn't have stuck up for you.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Remembers the little things.
I love
especially
that.
On bad days. And that's just
It's just taking the extra step in a relationship.
Yeah.
Like that's just giving a little bit more than you should. Like not saying that it needs to be overdone and done all the time, but just like giving that little bit more of oomph in a relationship goes a long ways.
Even if it's like let's say you point out something, you're like, ooh, I really like that. And then Ricky gets that for your birthday. Like those are the little things like, oh wow, he's actually paying attention to me. Yeah.
It's funny you say that. So my love language is gift receiving. Like I feel love by getting gifts. And for the longest time, it took Ricky and I like sitting down and talking that
give me shit, Ricky.
It doesn't have to be something fucking expensive.
No, yeah.
It's the thought that I know, like the example I always use is like if Ricky is at the grocery store checking out, my favorite candy is like candy bar is a Reese's Sticks. Like I love Reese's Sticks. So if he's like checking out at the grocery store and he just happens to like look over at the little small candy bar section, he's like, Reese's. Lorren likes Reese's. I'm gonna grab one of those. It's that simple.
Yeah.
Like
I don't fucking get it.
Yes.
That men can't do that.
It took a long time.
And then you sound crazy being like, why aren't you giving me like
Or
he just
like,
don't care.
Right.
He just doesn't care.
Or like you pass the fresh flower section in the grocery store and you're like, I'm going to get so-and-so a bouquet of flowers. Like it's just the little things like that.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not saying I need a freaking brand new pair of tennis shoes or a whole new outfit every time. Like that is not even close. It's just the fact that when I wasn't with you, something came up that made you think of me and you did it.
Yeah.
It's that easy. But that's my love language. And so
I think it just shows a lot.
Yeah, absolutely.
It really does. Like the orange peel TikTok.
Yes. Yes. Oh, okay. Ooh, okay. This might be one of my favorite ones.
Yeah.
I am, again, a firm believer in, it makes me so mad when people say relationships are 50-50. And I'm like, no, they're fucking not.
No.
They are 100,
Far from
100. And
I love that. I haven't even heard of that. 100,
yes,
100.
It is literally on days that I only have 20% to give, like it's on Ricky to understand and to know that he has to pull that 80% that day.
Yep.
Or vice versa. If Ricky is having a bad day and he only has 30% to give, I know I have to step up and I have to give that 70% that day.
Yeah.
Like that is a huge, like the 50-50, like it's not equal. Like you have to be able, when you, and like, I guess this is speaking on marriage, but this can go for a relationship too. But it's like when you vow to be with that person for the rest of your life, like you are vowing to pulling the weight when they aren't able to.
Yeah.
And vice versa. So
do you have to tell Ricky that some days?
Some days, yes. Like there's been days where like I just will be like, babe, I only have like 20%.
Yeah.
And he's just like, okay, I got you.
No.
Or it's just like he notices, like he has been around me enough and he's like, I know she's having a really shitty day. Like I have to give that extra percent today. And there may be days where we're both just doing great and we are like just both giving our 100. That's totally fine. But on days that we don't have our full 100, it's on your significant other to compensate for that extra percent. So,
and then they can't hold it against you.
100%.
Like being like, well, yesterday I gave you 80.
Yeah.
I'm sitting on my ass tonight.
Right. It's your turn to give the 80. No, it's like that their time will come when they can only give 20% and you just have to buck up and you chose this person for a reason. So you have to reciprocate that to them.
Yeah.
So,
okay. All right. Let's talk about one thing. One last thing, everyone. Okay. Telling secrets with your significant other. So, for example, if my best friend tells me something, should I tell my significant other? Should I not? Like,
I definitely think it was Thomas that actually said this earlier. I think this is where a difference comes in between marriage and just dating. For example, like if you came to me and you told me something and you were like, but you cannot tell Ricky. Like, that is such an unfair position to put me in to
because like I'm having this weight on my shoulders.
Right, to think that I have to withhold something from my husband.
Yeah.
Now, do I think that you should be able to withhold some things from a date, like a boyfriend? Mm-hmm. Absolutely, especially if it has nothing to do with that guy, that person. Yeah. Like,
but then it's like, what if you guys break up and then he starts spilling the tea,
telling everyone? I know. That's where it gets iffy on the boyfriend side. Yeah. So, like, do you, in your past relationships, have you told your boyfriends all of your friends' secrets?
Oh, yeah. I can't keep my fucking mouth shut. So, I have to tell someone.
At least you're honest.
Yeah, no, I have to. If that's my mom, anyone, I have to tell someone. I can't keep it in.
Obviously, now it's kind of hard because, like, Ricky doesn't feed into any of the drama or bullshit. Mm-hmm. So, like, if I go and, like, say something gossipy to him, he's like cool. So, it's just an unwritten rule. Like, if you tell me something, my sister probably knows.
Yeah.
Like, I go to my sister for everything.
Great. Just kidding.
So, it's just, like.
It's weird to think about.
That's a hard one. That's a real hard one because you want to be there for your friend and you want to like hold these
and you
secrets,
want your friend to feel comfortable telling you secrets.
You also want to be open and honest to your significant other / husband or boyfriend.
Yeah. I just fucking tell them. Tell them.
Yeah. I think I would tell him too.
Yeah. All right.
Especially if I come home and I like just got some juicy deets on something, I'm like, I
have to tell.
Yeah. I'm like, babe, guess
I'm
what?
like, I have to tell you. I get too excited with information.
No, I agree. Okay.
Well,
I think that was really good.
Yeah.
I know this is a little bit longer one, but I think this is a really good one.
Made you guys think and
we want to hear more red flags.
Yeah.
So if you feel like you have a red flag, whether that is a red flag in a friend who is a girl,
which we will be discussing those.
Yes. Or if you have a red flag in a male who is dating husband, that type of thing. Yeah. We want to hear all of them. Yeah. We also want to hear green flags too, because those are good to talk about. So send them to us. We will have the anonymous link on our story more often. Mm-hmm. So anytime you see it, be sure to send those in because we will talk about them.
Yep. Okay. So that is the end of episode 4 of Not Girls with Lorren and Bri. Peace.